So both Tiffany and Cindy this week have said, I don't know. And they're saying I don't know to what their biggest challenge is when it comes to their health and their fitness and what they want to achieve. Now, they're not alone. It's something that we hear quite often. And it's like we want to get fitter, we want to get stronger, maybe we want to lose weight, maybe we want to build muscle and all of those things. But we just don't know why we want to do it. It's like, so is it an expectation that somebody said, oh, you should do this? Or is it something that's deep down inside of you that you're thinking, yeah, I do need to do this? But the trouble is, when you don't really know why you want to do it, what the reason is, then it's very difficult to start. And even if you do start, it's very difficult to stick with it. Would you agree with that?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So it's really important that we have a deeper understanding of why our health and our fitness is important to us. And today we want to talk about that power of the why.
Mm-hmm.
So, what motivates you? So, the thing about actually knowing your why is that it's going to help you maintain consistently when life has ups and downs. That's first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's also going to help you push past any obstacles or moments of struggle that you have. Like, we've just finished the workout. You ran the sessions this morning. I actually turned up as a participant, and there were points there where it's like, but I remember why I'm doing it and I just keep pushing. So, and that in itself can be an obstacle for some people when they're actually doing a workout, is to actually dig deeper
Mm-hmm.
and to actually keep giving it everything that they've got. So one of the things that I did this morning, particularly when we got to walkouts, was, okay, how many can I get out in that first run through in those seconds
Yeah.
that you gave us? And so then it was like, okay, I have to hit this number or better it. So
Yeah.
as I was starting to fatigue, it's like, come on, you got to dig deeper. So it was just a way of me talking to myself. And I will talk about my why in a second as well too. I think what it also does is it helps you prioritize your health when life gets busy.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I also think that what it does is it gives you a greater sense of purpose, and it also helps you feel more accountable to yourself. And
Yeah.
I think I've alluded to that in what I've been talking about so far.
Yeah. Yeah.
Agree? Is
It,
there anything else that I've missed in regards to that, do you think?
I think it also helps. You were just talking about prioritizing
Prioritizing. Mm,
yourself in life. I think it also helps you to prioritize yourself in general
yeah,
because
I know what you're saying.
you know what I'm saying? Because,
Yeah,
your life over the past 6 weeks has just gotten crazy hectic.
yeah,
And it could be so easy for you to just go, look, I just do not have time for that. You
yeah,
know, me as a nurturer, what I'm like, oh, the
yeah,
washing's got to come first, the laundry's got to come first,
yeah,
the washing up's got to come first, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, so I think too, having that why prioritizes you before anything else around you. Because you used to say to me all that all the time, all that stuff's still going to be there.
oh, well, it doesn't go anywhere.
No,
And it
no.
just keeps repeating itself.
Mm. Yeah,
So
never ending.
it's a never-ending battle. So are they going to put on the gravestone, she was a good washer-upper? So probably not.
Washing's never ending.
Yeah, but I do understand that what you're saying is that when you have that why, you're more connected with yourself, and I
Mm,
don't think that is part of it. Is that you have a greater self-awareness as well too.
yeah.
So you know, there's a couple of reasons that, for me personally, why it's important to me. The first thing is that, I started to notice, like I had a health issue in my 40s. And so, I'm not someone who grew up in a family with gym or, any type of workouts. In fact, I come from a long line of obesity. And so it's something that's quite foreign to me. But what happened was, I know that my mum had not been well from the age of 30. I've seen her struggles, didn't really understand what they were when I was younger. Um, but what happened was, all of a sudden, when I had this health issue and I went into menopause at that point, it was like, you know what? If I don't do something, I'm going to end up with all these same problems that my mum has. So, and I see the struggles. And what happened was, my brain kicked in and my memory kicked in. And I started to think about all those years ago when I lived with my nana and my pop and mum. And I witnessed, life, closing in on my grandmother, being unable to wash herself, being unable to cook her meals and everything like that. And that scares the living daylights out of me, that I can't do something for myself, being the slight control freak that I am. And so, um, not being able to, wipe my own backside or something like that, it's like, oh, you know, um, that to me is fairly daunting. But if that was the case, I would accept it. But knowing all of those things about my family history, it is the thing that I have that goal. It is why I do what I do. It's like, I don't want to be like my mum. I don't want to be like my grandmother. So those things I keep in my mind all the time when I am struggling, when I feel like I don't want to work out. It's like, well, hang on a minute. Do you want to sit and let those four walls close in around you and have somebody else having to do something for you? The answer is
Mhm.
no, you don't. So get off your backside and do something. Stop being, a sookie lala, and do something about it. And so, but that took a lot of reflection, a lot of time to think about those things.
Yeah.
So, do you want to share your why?
My way has actually changed. I now have a grandson,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it's about I'm not actually thinking about playing in the yard and those sort of things. I do that with him anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's about being able to pick him up, being able to put him in his cot, being
Yeah.
able to push him in his pram up a hill.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's more for me, it's the practicality of it, of being able to move and being able to connect with him that way.
Yeah.
And as you know, I've got a second grandchild coming,
Mm-hmm.
so it's going to be a little bit busier. Won't be second grandchild in my home, but my son, him and his partner are having a baby. So those are the things I think about, having to pick Landon up when he's crying. Excuse
Mm-hmm.
me. Excuse me. I'm having such a bad morning. Um, Being able to pick him up when he's crying and nurse
Yeah.
him and,
Yeah.
stand and hold him, those sort of things. That's my why.
It's really interesting. So when we tend to analyze those whys, it generally fits into a couple of different categories. And the grandparenting is one of the categories that really stands out for a lot of women as they're getting older, that they want to be active nans as such. So they don't want to be the nans that are sitting on the sideline. So it is
No.
a really big why. The other thing is traveling. So whether
Yes.
that's caravanning, motorhoming, or whether it's traveling around the world, getting on a plane, a train, whatever it happens to be, traveling is another big thing as well too, and getting out and exploring. So those two things always seem to stand out. The other one is being able to do some type of activity that always brings some type of warmth to your heart and is something that you connect with other people on. So,
Yeah.
such as, hiking, or for me personally, skiing is a big thing, which I only took up in my 40s, and I discovered it and I went, oh, this is awesome stuff. Not the best sport to take up, it's quite dangerous. But anyway, it is what it is. I like to live on the edge. Um, so those three things tend to come up. But one of the things, Sal, that we've had ladies do over the years is the 50 reasons why. And so we say today. And so for anybody listening, get out your pen, get out your journal, and write down 10 reasons why your health and fitness is important to you. And that could be that I want to be fitter, I want to be stronger, I want to be more flexible. So all of those, standard things come
The
out.
default answers, yeah.
Yeah, they come out. And then tomorrow, though, write down another 10. And then the following day, write down another 10. So do this over 5 days till you get to 50 reasons why. And once you get to 50 reasons why, then you sit and put them in buckets and go, okay, where do all these things fit? And so what you will discover by doing that is, and you're not allowed to repeat something in a different way, you have to be original with it. You start to discover what those real reasons are. And I remember Anne doing this, and she shared her 50 reasons why. And there were some really cool reasons, wanting to be 100 and get a letter from the king. So, that was on the list. But, when you
I
started
think one was dancing at a grandson's wedding.
Absolutely it was. And I was going to say the grandkids seem to, be the thing for her. And you do start to find, as I said, those three things come up time and time again. So we're giving you sort of like a bit of a heads up here, ladies, in that you're probably going to find it might fit into these things, but you've got to make it more personal, So what do you want to do? What do you want to experience in
What are
life?
you doing during your day?
Yeah.
So when you're getting out of the lounge chair, are you making old lady noises?
Yeah.
When you're getting in your car, have you got to hold on to the door and lower yourself in to your car seat? So it's those things where you're starting to really dig deep. Have you gone out and bought a washing basket trolley because you can't carry your washing basket out to the line anymore?
No, I do have a trolley. My trolley sits outside. Yeah, and I just walk the basket out there. So, but
are you putting your clothes in the dryer more because you can't reach
yeah,
up?
yeah, yeah, that's exactly right. So what are the things that you're noticing that you can't do? And what are the things that you want to be able to do? So it's, both sides of the coin there. What are your ideals? What are your values? What are your priorities? And how do they align with how you're feeling?
Yeah. I often talk to you about the people at the car park, at the shopping centre, older people, getting in and out of their cars, getting to their cars. And you
Yes.
think, wow, how would that feel if you had your license taken away?
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
our car license make us very independent.
Yeah, it does indeed too. And also think about like how can being fitter and stronger, how can that actually help, for example, if you're still working your career, lots of people don't retire, in their 60s, they keep working. And so how is that going to help you in your career? How is it going to help you in the relationships that you have, and other things that are important to you in life? And so I think the other important thing, Sal, would be what are the negative consequences of having poor health?
Yeah.
So what does that mean to you? For me, it's like, no, I don't want to sit and look at four walls.
No. And a lot of diseases are preventative. Heart disease, lung disease, blood pressure, those sort of things.
Well, I think it's up to 40 different illnesses are preventable
Mm,
by simply just doing some exercise, yeah, in life. So,
yeah,
that's really important. So visualize for yourself, what life is going to be like. And you might even grab out, for example, a vision board, and you might put pictures on it and everything like that. So having that clear why, what that does is helps you commit more to your health and fitness, and helps you
mm,
step over that barrier that you might have, and also helps you commit to it and to actually be consistent with it as well too.
yeah. And
Yeah.
if you are like me going through menopause, it can help with the rage. Go do boxing.
You got the crank, yeah, you got your cranky pants on. That's
But no,
Any,
yeah, your whys could be your emotional. I want to feel happier. I want to be happier. And we
mm.
know exercise, even exercising outside in nature, just makes you feel good.
Oh, look, I've got to tell you a story because the little granddaughter who's living with us is not so much active. She
Mm,
she will go out with a brother and things like that, but you see her come in very quickly, type of thing. So, and I thought to myself, how am I going to get her to be more active? Because if you're going to live in a house with us, you've got to be active.
yeah.
It's like you're not going to lay on your bed. It's just like
No.
it's not going to happen. Um, or watch TV or the like. So it was like we were doing homework and she had to do ascending and descending, right? And so you had to pick a single digit number, so 3 or 5 or whatever. And I said, okay, so we're going to do up in fives. We're doing a jumping jack every 5. So 5, 10, 15, so she's counting and thinking and doing the jumping jacks. And I said, okay, we got to descend. We're going in twos and we're doing front kicks. So 98, 96, 94. And the look on her face when we finished was just
Yeah,
precious, right? So not only had she managed to actually do all these ascending and descending numbers, what she'd also done is changed her physiology. And
yeah.
so she was just feeling like on top of the world.
That is so gorgeous.
It is gorgeous, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I think to wrap up, ladies, I just think about why your health and fitness is important to you, because it will give you greater purpose. And when life throws you challenges, it's going to help you overcome those challenges as well too. Thanks for joining me, Sal.
Thank you for having me as always.
Okay, ladies, we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.